The file name didn't look important at first. Just another clip buried in a flood of online chatter until people actually opened it. Within minutes, shock spread across fan spaces like wildfire. The whispers got louder. Screenshots started circulating. And suddenly, the internet was asking the same chilling question again. What is really happening behind the scenes of the tragedy connected to Yu Menglong? Before we go any further, stay with me, because in this deep dive, you're going to understand exactly what this so-called humiliation video rumor is about, why the name Direct Ching is suddenly everywhere in discussions, and most importantly, what is actually confirmed versus what is pure internet speculation. By the end of this video, you'll have the full picture that many viral posts are leaving out. Let's get straight into it. When the heartbreaking news broke on September 11, 2025, the global reaction to Yu Menglong's passing was immediate and deeply emotional. Fans flooded social media with tributes. Old drama clips resurfaced overnight. His quiet, gentle image only made the shock feel heavier. For many supporters, the loss never fully settled. And in situations like this, when grief lingers and information is limited, the internet often begins doing what it does best: digging, speculating, and sometimes, overreaching. The latest wave of attention began when online users started discussing what they described as a leaked humiliation video. According to circulating claims, the clip allegedly involved multiple individuals and was supposedly connected to events before Yu Menglong's death. But here's where we have to slow down and separate emotion from evidence. As of now, there has been no publicly verified confirmation that any such video has been authenticated by authorities. No official investigative body has confirmed the existence of a verified clip showing criminal wrongdoing connected to Yu Menglong's passing. That fact is extremely important. What appears to have happened is that fragments of discussion, screenshots, second-hand claims, and heavily edited snippets began spreading across online communities. And once the phrase leaked video entered the conversation, attention exploded almost instantly. Because nothing travels faster online than the suggestion of hidden footage. The name Direct Ching, which has been floating through rumor circles, added another layer of intrigue. But again, there is currently no publicly confirmed documentation from credible investigative sources verifying that any individual by that name has been officially linked to wrongdoing in Yu Menglong's case. Still, the emotional momentum was already building. Inside fan communities, reactions split quickly. Some viewers immediately urged caution, warning that unverified clips and anonymous claims often circulate after high-profile tragedies. They pointed out that manipulated or context-less footage can easily create misleading narratives. Others, however, felt the rumor added to their lingering sense that the story of September 11, 2025 still feels emotionally unresolved. And that emotional tension is exactly why this topic has exploded across platforms. Because when fans feel they don't have full closure, every new claim, verified or not, can feel significant. According to observers familiar with how online rumor cycles typically evolve, several red flags have already been noted in the circulating material. The alleged footage lacks a verified source chain. Timestamps appear inconsistent in some shared clips. And most importantly, no official investigative authority has publicly validated the material as authentic evidence connected to the case. In professional investigative work, these gaps matter enormously. But in the fast-moving world of social media, nuance often gets lost. Once the phrase video leak starts trending, the emotional reaction often outruns the verified facts. What makes this situation even more sensitive is Yu Menglong's public image leading up to his passing. By most visible accounts, he maintained a calm and professional demeanor. No widely reported major disputes. No explosive public controversies dominating headlines. That contrast between his steady image and the sudden tragedy is precisely why rumors like this gain traction so quickly. Because the human mind struggles with abrupt endings. It searches for hidden explanations. For missing pieces. For anything that makes the story feel complete. Meanwhile, professionals who follow high-profile investigations continue to emphasize a grounded reality. Not every viral claim reflects verified truth. In many past celebrity cases worldwide, unconfirmed leaks have later turned out to be misinterpreted, edited, or entirely unrelated materials that were pulled into the narrative by online speculation. That doesn't mean every question should be dismissed. But it does mean extreme caution is necessary when evaluating viral claims. At this point in time, the publicly confirmed facts surrounding Yu Menglong's September 11, 2025 passing have not been officially linked to any verified humiliation video or coordinated incident involving multiple individuals. The investigation, from all credible public indications, has followed standard procedural review. Still, the emotional conversation continues. Because beyond the technical facts, many fans are still processing the shock of losing someone who felt quietly present in their daily lives through his work. And when grief mixes with uncertainty, the internet rarely stays quiet for long. What we are witnessing right now is a classic example of how high-profile tragedies evolve in the digital age. Information moves fast. Emotion moves faster. And rumors, especially dramatic ones, move fastest of all. But responsible analysis always comes back to one key question. What is actually verified? As of now, the answer remains clear. There is no publicly confirmed evidence validating the viral claims about a humiliation video tied to Yu Menglong's death. That could change if future official findings emerge. Or it may ultimately prove to be another case of online speculation growing larger than the facts themselves. For now, the most honest position is careful watchfulness. Because the story of September 11, 2025 is still emotionally powerful, and that alone is enough to keep conversations alive. So now I want to hear from you. When you see these viral claims about the alleged video, what was your first reaction? Do you think the internet is jumping to conclusions too quickly? Or do you personally feel there are still unanswered questions that deserve clearer official explanation? Why do you think Yu Menglong's case continues to generate such intense global attention months later? The night everything changed began with a silence that didn't feel natural. Not the peaceful kind of silence, but the heavy, suffocating kind that makes your chest tighten without warning. Because somewhere behind closed doors, a video was already moving from phone to phone, quietly, dangerously, and the name attached to it sent shockwaves through an entire fandom. Yu Menglong. If you thought the first revelations were shocking, what you're about to hear goes even deeper. In this continuation, we're zooming in on the most disturbing details from Part 1, the alleged humiliation video, the mysterious group of 11, and the explosive claims surrounding Direct Ching. By the end of this video, you'll understand why fans are demanding answers and why the events leading up to September 11, 2025, refuse to fade into the background. Stay with me, because the timeline gets darker from here. What made the situation spiral wasn't just the existence of the rumored footage, it was the way whispers about it began surfacing long before the public ever heard a word. According to multiple online discussions and fan investigations, the alleged video didn't appear suddenly. Instead, there were hints, small, almost invisible cracks in the story weeks before everything exploded. Some fans claim they noticed unusual behavior. Posts disappearing. Comments getting wiped. Accounts going silent overnight. At first, most people brushed it off. After all, the entertainment world is full of rumors that go nowhere. But then came the moment that changed everything, the first mention of a group of 11 individuals allegedly connected to the incident. And that number kept coming back. 11. It appeared in chat leaks, in anonymous posts, in cryptic fan threads that were quickly deleted. What made this especially unsettling was the claim that the video wasn't just embarrassing, it was allegedly meant to humiliate. Again, these remain unverified rumors circulating online, but the emotional reaction from fans has been impossible to ignore. Because to many supporters, the idea didn't match the public image they had known for years. Calm, gentle, soft-spoken. So when the name Direct Ching began trending alongside the story, curiosity turned into full-blown alarm. Who was behind the leak? Why did it surface when it did? And most importantly, who benefited from it? According to circulating speculation, the alleged leak didn't spread in the typical chaotic way celebrity rumors usually do. Instead, fans noticed something strange. The information seemed to move in controlled bursts. Not random. Not messy. Almost timed. That detail alone fueled even more theories. Because in the entertainment industry, timing is rarely accidental. Several fan communities began piecing together what they believed were inconsistencies. Some pointed out that certain accounts discussing the video were created very recently. Others claimed posts were being quietly removed just hours after gaining traction. Whether coincidence or something more deliberate, the pattern only deepened the mystery. But the most emotional turning point came when supporters began linking the situation back to the heartbreaking date that still weighs heavily on the fandom, September 11, 2025. That was the day the devastating news broke. And suddenly, everything that had once seemed like scattered online noise started looking, to some fans, like pieces of a much bigger puzzle. In the weeks following that date, discussion threads multiplied across platforms. Supporters revisited old interviews, old live streams, old behind-the-scenes clips. They weren't just watching anymore. They were searching. Searching for signs. Searching for anything that might explain what really happened in the final months before the tragedy. One particular moment that keeps resurfacing in fan conversations is an interview where viewers now claim his smile didn't quite reach his eyes. At the time, nobody thought twice about it. But in hindsight, many say the clip feels different. He looked tired, distracted, almost like someone carrying a weight no one else could see. Of course, it's important to remember that interpreting old footage through the lens of later events can sometimes create connections that were never actually there. Still, the emotional impact on fans has been undeniable. Because once doubt enters the picture, every detail starts to feel significant. And then came the timeline breakdowns. Dedicated followers began mapping out appearances, public schedules, and online activity patterns. What they found, or believe they found, only intensified the conversation. Periods of sudden silence. Gaps in social media activity. Moments where planned content quietly never appeared. Individually, none of these things prove anything. But together, in the eyes of many fans, they painted a picture that felt unsettling. Meanwhile, the alleged humiliation video continued to hover over the situation like a shadow no one could fully confirm yet no one could completely dismiss. And perhaps the most frustrating part for supporters has been the lack of clear, official answers addressing the rumors directly. Because when information is missing, speculation grows fast. You could see it in the comment sections, the hashtags, the emotional fan edits flooding timelines. Some fans expressed anger, others heartbreak. Many simply asked the same question over and over again. What really happened behind the scenes? As the story evolved, another chilling detail began circulating in online discussions, the idea that the alleged footage was never meant to become public in the first place. If true, that raises even more questions. Was it leaked intentionally? Accidentally? Or is the entire narrative built on misunderstandings amplified by social media momentum? Right now, without verified confirmation, the truth remains unclear. But what is absolutely clear is the emotional impact this situation has had on the fandom community. Because for many supporters, this isn't just about rumors or viral clips. It's about closure. It's about understanding. It's about making sense of a timeline that still feels incomplete. And that's why conversations around September 11, 2025, continue to resurface again and again. Not because fans want drama, but because many feel there are still unanswered questions lingering in the background. As more people revisit part 1 of this story, the focus has shifted from shock to something deeper, a growing demand for transparency. Supporters are no longer just reacting. They're analyzing, comparing, questioning. And the longer the silence stretches, the louder those questions seem to become. One thing is certain, this story is far from forgotten. In fact, if anything, the deeper fans dig, the more determined they seem to be to piece together what they believe happened in those final months. Whether future revelations will bring clarity or simply more questions remains to be seen. But the emotional ripple effect is already written across the internet. And it's not fading anytime soon. If you've been following this case closely, now I want to hear from you. Do you think the rumors about the alleged video hold any truth, or do you believe this is a case of online speculation spiraling out of control? What do you make of the mysterious 11 that keeps appearing in fan discussions? And do you believe there are still missing pieces in the timeline leading up to September 11th, 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'm reading everything. If this deep dive kept you hooked, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next update. Your engagement helps this community grow, and your voice matters in conversations like this. I'll see you in the next reveal.